So today's episode is sponsored by the Gen Egg Restaurant Corp. Gen Egg Restaurant Corp, where things are real bitchin'. Welcome to InfoWhores. We are your hosts. I'm Nat.
I'm San.
And today we are going to give you some news. You probably already read it, but when it comes from us, it's a little more fun, a little more risque, and a little more sassy.
I didn't want to say sassy. I want to use spicy.
Spicy's a little better because she's Korean.
It's appropriating my culture.
Oh.
So I say spicy, not you.
Now we're canceling our own show right now. So let's just jump right in. I just snapped. So guys, Canada has become the church burning center of the Western world. So let me just read a tidbit from this article by the Post Millennial. So a shocking and unchallenged new reality has taken hold in Canada. This past week, a church was set on fire in southeast Calgary, but this terror is quickly becoming second-page news in this country. In fact, for the past week, several churches in Canada have been burned to the ground, and countless have been vandalized. As of July 8th, 14 churches have had arson incidents, 23 churches have been vandalized or defaced, and this attack spans 6 provinces in one territory.
Actually, add one more to arson today. There was another one in Calgary, I believe.
Of course there was. Unsurprising.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest thing is not even that this is happening, but the fact that it's being ignored by not only our government, but all of the mainstream media sources in Canada.
Yeah.
Like sketch.
It's totally. And what's really, really disgusting is some of the quotes and some of what the politicians have been saying when they were put on the spot to actually say something. So Gerald Butts, you know Gerald Butts, the butt man.
He's such a butt.
So he was Trudeau's former advisor or secretary or whatever. He's also BFFs with Trudeau. I think they went to school together, but whatever.
Cute.
He responded to a tweet saying... someone tweeted at him like, "Is this
okay?" kind of thing. Like, can you speak to this a little more? Yeah.
He said, "No, Terry, it's not. Though it may be understandable. So it may be understandable to burn these churches."
Imagine if these attacks were taking place on another church from another religion. Like if it weren't Christianity, would there not be like immense outrage from CBC at the very least? Like I just think it's super hypocritical.
It's totally, but not only that, it's like if you check out Rebel News' latest video on the one that just happened, it was one of these churches was and a lot of these churches are on like indigenous churches or community centers, right?
Right.
And the latest one was a Vietnamese church.
Okay.
Where these immigrants fled their horrible country, right?
Oh.
To come here thinking land of the free and everything and set up a church in Calgary. And just because it's a Christian church, it's a target now.
And like Canada is such a secular country in general. So it's not really that surprising that like more of society isn't super outraged. But like, I just think like as like a government official, like, or as a leader of this country, you should be acknowledging this. Like it's a big deal. Like people within your country are being persecuted in a Western country that people have fled to come to, you know, like I think it just means or proves that our government hates Christians.
Yeah, no, Christians and Catholic. It's to me, it's hardcore proof that they're not just mum on it. They're kind of encouraging it. Like the BC Civil Liberties Executive Director, Harsha Walia, tweeted from the Civil Liberties Association. She tweeted, "Burn it all down," and she still hasn't apologized for that.
Okay, so this is...
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, will things get better? Probably not. Will this episode get better? Probably not.
I want to know if any of the mosques or any of those have had many COVID fines for staying open, because they have. We know they have.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, because because my dad's been saying the same thing, and it's kind of hard to know for sure.
Yeah.
But there is one just down the way from us, and I've seen people congregating there. So,
Yeah.
and I don't know for sure, but I assume there have been no fines, like no public law enforcement or any of that. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Christians, guys, flee to America, I guess, because religious liberty is not a thing here. Like, it's just crazy that in the Western world, we're actively being persecuted.
Yeah, and I don't think, and all these pastors have been released from, and their churches have been opened because of the reopening measures and everything.
Yes.
But I don't think we should rest and not be angry and outraged at what they did. The pastor, Church of God, Hildebrand's, Pastor Hildebrand's church, like his fines are in...
It's like hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. No.
So this isn't going away.
No, and we should never thank the government for giving us any ounce of our rights back. Like, those rights are inherent, dude. Like, you cannot take something away if it's inherent.
No,
like,
but I think we should still, I hope people are still angry about this and want justice for these.
Yeah, it's not what's been happening and what's been granted for these churches is not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, this is a good one. Okay, former President Donald Trump announces lawsuit against Facebook, Twitter, and Google. So he announced the lawsuit at a press conference, and he called the lawsuit a beautiful development for free speech for Americans. And then he said, "I'm not gonna try to impersonate him because it would be bad. We're demanding an end to the shadow banning, a stop to the silencing." And a stop to the blacklisting, banishing, and canceling that you know so well, he continued. I think this is a good thing. What do you think's going to happen, though? Like, do you think he'll win? And what do you think this might mean for Canadians? Because, I mean, America does have an influence on us, you know? So what do you think about this?
I'm hopeful. I think that's awesome that he's doing that. At the same time, I think Canada is less... I think this past year has proved that Canada is not as alike. We're not as close cousins as we previously thought.
Especially in Ontario.
Yeah.
But
I'm hopeful. I think
it's just, even if the word gets out about this, like if Canadians hear about this, like, hey, that's interesting. You know, maybe Twitter and Facebook shouldn't have so much control over the language we use. Like, hopefully that'll maybe wake them up a little to what's happening in Canada with some of our legislation that's paused for now, but going to be passed. So another one, this is great. CBC just never fails to impress. Canadian award show honoring Black talent to air on CBC in 2022. So the live production by the Black Academy will honor Black achievement in film, television, music, sports, and culture next fall in Toronto as part of a 3-year contract with CBC. So Oscars so Black?
that's just so weird.
It's super racist.
It is. It's racist, but also like, okay, I don't think Canadian culture and television needed to insert more than it had already. Like,
Yeah.
when was...
What were you going to say?
No, okay, I'm dating myself now, but we had Degrassi. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Degrassi
I know
was
Degrassi. Drake
30
season or like the old one?
No, the original. I'm totally dating myself. Kids of Degrassi Street, and then Degrassi Junior High, and then Degrassi High, and then...
Okay, Sam.
I know. Okay. No, but like we've always had that on our television, right? We've been... And even Little Mosque on the Prairie was how many years ago?
Yeah.
That was so
I know
long
about
ago.
that one.
Yeah, but now it's like... Kim's Convenience. Can I mention did we ever talk about that?
No, we haven't talked about that, but that is kind of like relevant in a way. Yeah.
So this is racist, I believe. It's totally, but I always want to mention how annoying. So Kim's Convenience was like they're ending.
Yeah, it's the final season
After 6 seasons or something.
Yeah.
And the first few seasons I watched because
me too.
I'm Korean, and it was some funny moments just because I'm Korean and I worked in convenience stores and whatever.
Yeah.
But then it progressively got progressive and woke, and it became unbearable.
Yeah.
And the way the show ended, there was a bit of drama. I don't know if many of you know, but main character and Jin Yoon, who plays the mother, Amma, they went totally
Woke.
Well, they went and it got covered by a lot of Hollywood media too.
Yeah.
Because they feel like they were treated badly because they weren't given enough input on the creative writing and behind the scenes, even though like most of the writers in the writing room were white, and all this woke talking points which don't actually make sense. I mean, like, you were hired to be the actor.
I was just gonna say, I used to be an actor. You just show up and you act. You don't give input.
Yeah.
Like, who do you think you are? Scarlett Johansson? She's underpaid.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it just left a bad, sour note on the end of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just, but to your point, okay, CBC in general, they try so hard to be woke and make these shows.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really ever work in their favor. Like, what do they expect to come from this? Like, do they think white people are gonna Koreans are gonna tune into the Black Oscars? Like, this is so cool. Like I could just tune into the regular Oscars where they do highlight people from all over the world. Even like, I don't get it. Like, I feel like, you know, Oscars maybe like back in the olden days when you were born. Just kidding. Maybe they were a little too white.
But, for sure.
But that's also Hollywood is American, and America at the time would have been mostly white. So it's not really necessarily rooted in this intense racism. You know what I mean? To just do this 180 and highlight only black people just seems it's so progressive. It's regressive.
No, for sure. And I think like culturally, like Hollywood movies and all these shows have become progressively, naturally more multicultural and everything.
Which is fine.
It has.
Yeah.
But when you start to say that the Oscars has to have this many black movies and feature this many nominees from this sex and this race.
Yeah.
You know what? People actually, and it shows in the ratings.
Yeah.
Like,
they don't watch them.
Every year, the ratings just get worse and worse and worse.
Because the quality of these movies may not be on par with some of the other movies that should have been selected to be awarded these things. You know?
For sure.
I don't know.
And it's also people they don't want to be preached at.
No.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
You used to watch these shows because they were
for the dresses. Wait, what?
The dresses, I meant.
Yeah, so that's really... Anyway, so CBC, if you needed another reason to be annoyed with them. Another great and annoying person. I don't know if you guys know our Prime Minister. We call him Prime Minister True Daddy, and his daddy is Prime Minister True Daddy's True Daddy. That's not relevant to what I'm going to say. I just wanted to say it on the show. But so he said recently that Canada will not welcome unvaccinated tourists for some time. So on July 8th, he said foreign tourists who are not vaccinated against COVID-19 will not be allowed to enter Canada for quite some time because the government is unwilling to jeopardize progress made on containing the virus. The next step will be looking at what measures we can allow for international travelers who are fully vaccinated. I don't know. Seems like a slippery slope to me. Like, you can't let other people in to Canada, which means what about the people in Canada who are also not getting the jab? And not only that, but tourism is such a huge part of our economy, and to just eradicate that completely will, I think, be even more detrimental to whatever the hell he's doing with our finances.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know, slippery slope maybe.
Like, the Americans across the border, they don't want that. They want
freedom.
They want an open border.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know. They're the only ones advocating for it seems.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
And yeah, do you not feel oppressed?
Well, especially, I mean, Christian, not vaccinated, I don't know.
Oh, no, I think it's going to feel really bad soon. Like, we're not, like...
He feels bad.
No, like, did we already talk about the Calgary concert?
No, that's coming up next.
Yeah,
folks.
Okay.
Stay tuned. Stick around. Okay, this one is just like a quick tidbit. We won't dwell on this one, but BlogTO came out with an article just stating that women in Toronto are warning each other about an alleged spate of attempted abductions. So The incidents are said to have taken place around Dundas and Bathurst and College and Bathurst areas at night. And basically there's like this van that's coming up and literally trying to like pull women in. So
A red van.
yeah, a red van. So if you know someone who's in that area, or if you're a woman, just be cautious.
Me, I'm in that area.
Yeah. So if you're a bodyguard,
If you live around there, can you help me out? Walk me. Help me walk my dog.
walk her dog. Anyway.
No, but shout out to Esther. Hope she's still listening. And she was the one who first brought this to our attention. So.
Oh, good girl. Yeah. It's important that us ladies help each other out.
Yeah.
Okay, another one. This is old news, but I think it does speak to a bigger discussion. Ontario is officially moving into step 3 a few days earlier than expected. So I won't really get into the logistics too much, but indoor dining, wider range of people can come in, blah, 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 gyms, whatever. But what step 4 is the real question?
Wouldn't step 4 be
Lockdown? No. I think so. That's my personal prediction. Sorry. Too bleak? Okay. Everyone has stopped listening.
No, step 4. Well, what's the last thing?
The step 3 is the last thing.
Maskless.
Oh,
It be?
yeah. Well, that will never happen for us because we're not getting the jab.
Yeah.
But I guess so. I mean, it's interesting. I'm going to BC next week. Shout out BC to see my parents. It's been a few years. And my BFF. Shout out to you. I won't say your name, so I won't embarrass you. But I mean, things are pretty normal there. Like, and a lot of mandates have been lifted elsewhere in Canada. So it's really interesting to compare. I mean, I'm sure, like, my friend told me that businesses are still, some of them are still not honoring maskless people and all that because whatever, that's their business. I don't know. It's stupid. But Ontario, why? Why are we the only one that's not open? It must be bigger than just our population size because we're like super vaccinated. Like, I'm scared for my ovaries every time I walk out the door.
No, I don't know. I think because we let it happen.
Yeah.
We let it happen, and I don't know. I'm worried you're not coming back.
Am I not? My husband was like, "Go look at houses." Yeah.
About InfoWhores.
Yeah. No, I'm not. Don't worry, guys. You don't care. She's the only one that cares. I'm not going anywhere yet. But I don't know. I'm so curious about step 4. Apparently, it is in the works.
Well, we're going to be locked down in the fall again anyway.
Thank you. That's step 4.
Yeah, that is.
So move to BC, guys. We'll see you there. Maybe we can like carpool. All right. This next one's I can't say it's a fun one, but I'm not sure if many of you have heard that there was a San Francisco gay men's chorus did a video and the song was titled "We're Coming for Your Children." So, San, would you like to...
This is the creepiest thing that I watched, and I watched a bunch of conservative channels cover it, and now it's in my head all the time.
Really weird. But the video is also really cringe and a little catchy. So I don't know. It's confusing.
It's like a confused boner. No, okay, so the lyrics, some of the lyrics, I won't read the entire... You know what? We're just going to sing it, okay?
Yeah, please sing it.
No, we won't. No.
Give us the beat.
No. You think we're sinful. You fight against our right. You say we all lead lives you can't respect. But you're just frightened. You think that we'll corrupt your kids if our agenda goes unchecked. Funny, just this once, you're correct. We'll convert your children. Happens bit by bit. Quietly and subtly, you will barely notice it. You can keep them from disco, warn about San Francisco, make them wear pleated pants. We don't care. We'll convert your children. And then at the end, they're all chanting together. We're coming for them. We're coming from your coming for your children. The gay agenda is coming for you. So this is a bunch of adult gay men singing, "We're coming for your children."
Super creepy.
Yes.
Also, why do they care so much about pleated pants? I'm sure gay men wear those. I don't know.
I don't know what pleated pants are. Sorry.
Well, yeah. Don't worry about it. But
But okay, so the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus, they have since deleted this video, but you can find it and check it out. I encourage you not to, actually, because it's creepy and cringy. And then when they asked for like a statement, they claimed that it was a parody or tongue in cheek, but like what part of it was a parody? It's not a parody.
I don't see any ounce of parody in
that. And they released a statement. That's what it's called.
Oh, yeah.
And they said the negative, even threatening response proves that this music and our mission are critically necessary in today's world. So they weren't kidding about this. They actually meant it. Many children are not being taught the truth. Our message to you from the gay community, we will do our best to counter the message of hate by teaching young people to be tolerant and fair. So, yeah.
Really funny, though, because I don't think that this message represents every gay person, first of all. So, like, these are radicals. And whatever, you're gay, that's cool, man. Like, live your life. But, like, why do you want to convert other kids to be gay? Like, I thought it was like, I don't know, it's not a choice, right? So like, what do you mean? Yeah. And like, I also read, there's a girl that I follow on Instagram. Her account is _thegayWhoStrayed_. And she posted on Instagram that one of the members of the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus is actually a pedophile. Like a known pedophile. So known pedophiles want to convert your children, I don't know, for themselves.
But they're not called pedophiles. They're called minor attracted persons now. That's a politically correct term now, Nat.
Damn it. My bad.
Get with it.
I'm just not, I don't know. But anyway, this is just gross. It's gross.
Yeah.
It's all gross. Okay. Last one, if you're still around. This one's really, really... exciting as well. CNN medical analysts suggest life needs to be hard for unvaccinated Americans. So it needs to be hard for people to remain unvaccinated when the former Planned Parenthood president said, right now it's kind of the opposite. Unvaccinated people, she fretted, can at the moment go about their lives as normal without any consequences. And the Biden administration recently said it's considering a door-to-door vaccination push. So land of the free? Not really. I don't know. Maybe our progressive friends in America are catching up to us.
I've enjoyed watching the parodies and the cartoons of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris going door to door.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Looking like Mormons and stuff.
Yeah.
It's hilarious, but...
Yeah, it's really funny. But do you think this will trickle down to Canada? Because there's already been there's been a push in Quebec for a vaccine passport, and you mentioned the Stampede. We finally got to it, folks. The Stampede wanted proof of vaccination before you could attend some show or whatever.
There was a big concert, like 1,000+ people attended this concert, and they willingly gave their vaccination passport or proof of a negative COVID test. So even in Calgary,
slippery slope.
They'll bend over and...
Great. So it's going to happen in America. It's going to happen here. Space, Elon Musk, if you're listening, I know you are. Mars, let's go. I think that's all the news we have for today, folks. If you're still here, I feel like this one was quite bleak again. Sorry. Have a glass of wine. Go support our sponsor, Gen Egg. Don't wear a mask, though, if you do. Anyway, we are InfoWhores. We love you.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.